Hello, good morning, my students. This is Thiru sir, your SST teacher. So, welcome to the online classes of Sri Eknath Kharse Talent English Medium School, Muktanagar. So, dear students, today we are going to discuss a very interesting chapter, which is very essential. You know, I have to know that lesson 5th, that is equatorial forest. What is that is? Equatorial forest. Generally, you know very well. Where is the first? We are going to discuss the locations. First, we are going to discuss the location of the equatorial forests, right? So, first things you know very well that where is equator? 0 degree. From 0 degree to north side how much, and from 0 degree to south side how much places it is covering? That places are coming under the equatorial regions. So, right. So, these are the location of the equatorial forest. So, I am reading the passage. The equatorial rainforest regions, as the name indicates, are found near the equator between 0 degree to 10 degree north and south of the equator. The equatorial regions fall in the torrid zone and remain hot and wet all throughout the years. If you look at the map carefully, you will be able to see that it is spread over the parts of 3 continents: Asia, Africa and South America. Okay. So, it has given for maps for you also. So, you can see this is that you can better understand. Did you see? So, this is the maps given for you to better understanding that. So, now we are going to discuss from 0 degree latitude to 10 degree latitudes north side, and from 0 degree longitude to latitude to 10 degree latitude to south side. These all places are covered the rainforest or what? Equatorial forest. In that equatorial forest, it is getting more hot and it is getting more wet. Why? Because daytimes it is getting more sunlight, while evening time it is getting more rainfall. That's why it is getting so hot and it is getting so wet. So this climate is very different, and the trees and plants of the forest is very high and height and fat. So, in this forest, generally some parts just like South America, then after Africa, then after some Asia countries are coming under the equatorial forest. Now, when going to discuss which the places of covered in equatorial forest, we are going to discuss now. In South America, the countries located in these regions are Ecuador, Colombia and Brazil. Ecuador, Colombia and Brazil entirely covered with the forest of equatorial forest. The rainforest, equatorial forest cover the entire Zaire, yani Congo. Okay, so Congo basin and Guyana coast and West Africa. South Asia countries like Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia. So these all are coming here, right? Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, some parts of the India also have in it. Australia are also situated at this zone. So you have you may see the picture, maps. Definitely you can better understand. So that is means this all the places, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia and Australia some parts, Indian some parts. So these all places are covered with some equatorial forest. Now we are going to discuss the climate. What was the climate? The climate of the equatorial region is hot and humid throughout the years. The duration of the day and night is equal. The humidity is very high because of the high rate of evaporation from large river, pond, sea and transformations of formation of plants, and rainfall is heavy throughout the years with average between 250 and 350 centimeter annually. So rainfall is accompanied with thunderstorms, that is typically the equatorial belt. there is only one season here which is hot and humidity with any winter or spring, without any winter or spring. So I have told you before that in this region it's getting more sunlight as well as getting more rainfall. Why? Because when the sunlight will fall, the evaporation process is very high. Evaporation process is very high in daytime, and evening time it will get more and more rainfall in these regions. That's why this climate is very hot and humidity. So that we have to know, and you have to understand that what is going on in this way, and it is getting more hot and as well as it is getting more humidity in this region. So next we are going to discuss the plants. It means how the plants live in these regions. Since the region receive rainfall throughout the year. Why? Because this type of region, this type of places getting throughout the region means every day the rain is occurring and every day the sunlight is occurring. In this way, definitely the plants and each and everything will be fit. So let you say fit or unfit. Since these regions of the rainfall throughout the year, there is a luxuriant growth of natural vegetations. The equatorial region is an evergreen regions, as all the trees remain green and do not shed the leaves at the same time. Okay, the trees grow in different height and from several layer. The trees of this region also have broad leaves and thick branch. My God, why? Because it's getting more sunlight as well as getting more rainfall. That's why the plants and trees of these regions are getting so fat and are getting so height, and the leaves also very big. And one more thing, it is here. What means all they won't leave the leaves at a time. That's why this type of forests are looking is very green, evergreen. Okay, who is the evergreen forest? I mean equatorial forest. Next we are going to discuss, or the same that is only discussing the plant of lives. So people, something else. So forming the canopy at the top, meshes and leeches grow on the dump trunk, the branches of the trees inside the forest. Inside the forest only they are making different type of crops like a canopy and leeches, so different crops which is more suitable for the climate. Next, the equatorial forests are very useful. Yes, how it is useful? Let you see. That is useful when the ebony, mahogany, etc. provide the raw materials for many industries. What is ebony, mahogany? So these are very hard and strong wood, which is very important to the factories and industries for different type of furnitures and different things, right? These forests also comprise creepers, orchid, limes and tall trees. So right, they release oxygen and a lot of moisture into the air, which form thick cloud and result heavy precipitations, rainfall. In fact, that's why they are called rainforests. Why? Because it's getting more a lot of evergreen trees and plants. So that's why it is have many different type of it will create some circumstances that it getting more precipitation. What do you mean by precipitation? Precipitation means rainfall. It will occur a lot of rainfall. Now I'm going to discuss the wildlife of the human being. Wildlife of the regions. Animals life in equatorial regions is found in abundance. There are an immense number of variety of insect, of example butterfly, mosquitoes, spider, etc. Animals like gorilla, chimpanzee, wild pigs and okapis are found in these regions. So the famous anaconda snake is also an inhabitant of the Amazons basin of the South America. Gorillas are found in the West Africa. Big animals such as jaguars, crocodiles and elephant are also found in these regions. So there are as well a large variety of monkeys and colorful birds. So they are also different. Why? Because though it is a very thick forest, so definitely different type of animals will live here and different type of insect also will live in these regions. Why? Because there is a lot of chances, lot of favorable climate. That's why all these animals are living in these regions very happily. So next point we are going to discuss the human life. So what is the human life? How they are living in this region? Is it risky or it is very favorable. So let me show you. The equatorial regions is one of the most thinly populated part of the world. Some areas such as the Amazon basins, the Jaira basins, and many large islands of Indonesia and Philippines are extremely spare populations due to dark, dense and damp forest. Bantu tribes are found in this Jaira basin. So the Indonesia islands, Sumatra is populated by the Java and the Kubus. Java, Sumatra, Bali. So these are the different islands of the Indonesia. Okay, in this region, different type of tribal peoples are living in these regions, and which is very that also very less peoples are living. It might have some different problems might have there by the insect or any animals, etc. So now let you discuss about the agriculture part of these regions, how they're doing, how they're living, and what type of crops are growing in these regions. Some people in these regions practice shifting cultivations. It is very bad to soil. Let me show you how it is happening. Crops like maize, rice, and cashew are grown after the cleaning up patches of the forest for 2 or 3 years. After some times, when fertile and land diminishes, the people move to new areas. What they're doing, what the main things are doing, actually they're following the shifting cultivations. Suppose if they suppose this area they occupied and they clear these areas, after 5 years or after 10 years, what they will do, they will continuously they will make crops and crops after 10 times, 12 times, 13 times, 14 times, 15 times. So whenever they feel that the crops, that means the power of the cultivation of the crop, when it is gradually decreasing day by day, so what they will do, they will leave the place and they will go to the another place. That is called shifting cultivation, means one place to another places. They are shifting from one place to another places. So this is called the shifting cultivations. So my students, now we are going to discuss the plantation of agriculture. So what type of plants they are growing in this agriculture? Let me see first. Plantation agriculture is widely practiced in India, Indonesia, Malaysia, West Africa, and Central America. So plantation agriculture specializes in the production of particular crop. Throughout the methods, crops are grown at large scale of commercial purpose. The crops grown in this plantation include tea, coffee, rubber, and cocoa. So in this way, the students, this I have explained Indonesia, Malaysia, India. So these all the regions, they started to grow the plant cultivations, plantations. Just like you may see the tea, coffee, cocoa, and rubber. So these all are called under the plantation. What they call it is plantation agriculture. So making the plants to make the agricultures. So this is also very interesting. It is also known as the commercial crops. So like cash crops. Commercial crops means what? Cash crops. In this way, this type of crops are grown in this such type of hill areas, and this is very important and very essential for us. So the students, this was the lessons of the equatorial forest, which is very important and very essential to know these things, that what type of animals are living in which regions, and in these regions what type of forests are there, how it is growing, and what was the climate, each and everything you must know, that you can get an idea. And different type of competitive examination also, if you also make questions that what type of animals this animals living in this, so making some make questions to you. So better that you understand, and once again read the lessons properly and clearly. So whenever you have any doubt, definitely you can ask to me by calling, and even anyway any media you can do it, no problem. You may message me or you may call me, whatever may you do it, but you try to clarify your doubt, right? So take care of yourself and keep smile and keep watching till then my next arrival. Bye bye.